Alright guys, welcome to another video. On this video I'm going to teach you guys all the basics you need to know about OBS, which is for Open Broadcaster Software. So you guys can just Google search OBS. If you guys want to download it, then you can click on the first thing that comes up, which is OBS. It should take you to obsproject.com, so we're going to click on this. It'll give you a choice. Do you want the Windows version, the Mac version, or the Linux version? Well, that varies depending on what you have, but in my case I want to do the Windows version, and then when it comes to the installer it's going to take you through all the steps and all that. I'm going to say cancel because I've already got mine set up. But anyhow, let's look at OBS. So if you guys can see, we've got these different things at the top. We've got the scenes, the sources, the audio mixture. If you guys want to know how to record, you click start recording, and mine says stop recording because I'm recording for this video. So if you want to start recording, click that. If you want to start streaming, click that. What platform you stream on depends on what you have connected. But anyhow, why don't we take a look at our settings. So we're going to go to File, click Settings, and then if we look at General, there's different languages you can choose, and the language that I think that most of you would want, at least the language that I want, is English. But if you guys speak a different language, well, you can change the language up here. And for themes, they've got different themes. So like the one they have by default is dark. It's the one that I'm accustomed to. But Acri actually looks kind of cool. It looks high-tech. And then Rachni, it looks very neon-like. It looks different. System, I mean, system is conventional, I guess you could say, but it looks like something from, I don't know, 20 years ago. So I guess I'm going to go with dark. So also when it comes to output, you can check these boxes like automatically record when streaming, and that's probably going to be fine if you've got a powerful computer like me, but if not, I might recommend do one at a time. Like if you guys want to know, like if you've started your stream, you can say show confirmation dialog, and then you can let this know when stopping streams. That'll prevent you from like leaving a stream running if you went to bed or something like that. It can be hugely embarrassing if you go to bed thinking you ended your stream and you didn't. But anyhow, let's look at the streaming options. So what platform would you want to use to stream? I use Twitch, but you can also stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. There's many more, but I'm sure you guys get the idea. Anyhow, if you guys start streaming, it'll give you like a list of different servers that you can choose from. And of course, I recommend you just go with the automatic one. Also, let's look at output. So, output mode's simple, the video bitrate. I'm using 6,000 kbps per second, kilobytes per second. That's actually a very high rate, but I have a very powerful computer. My computer is new and it's got Windows 10, so it can support a high bit rate like that. If you guys are using an older computer, then you might want to do a lower bit rate, like 3,000, but I do 6,000. When it comes to streaming, you usually want the bit rate higher than if you're going to record. If you're doing a new game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Cyberpunk, you're going to want a pretty high bitrate, like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. But if you're doing an old retro game, you could easily get away with 2,000 if you want it to run really well. It just depends, but like 6,000, I mean, that's top notch. Anyhow, let's look at the audio. So when it comes to audio, you'll want to have a mic. So you'll need to plug your mic into the computer, and once you do, you can go ahead and look at the mic auxiliary audio. A lot of times you'll want the default one, which is what I use, but if you guys have like a blue snowball mic, you can plug that in and then it should pop up under here. Or if you have a Samsung, it'll pop up under there, and then you guys can select the mic that you chose. Also, you can look at your video. You can also enable hotkeys, so if you want to have like a hotkey to start streaming, you could do like M, or say you could do N to stop streaming, M to start streaming, just whatever you want. If you want like a little hotkey shortcut. Also if you're like on Discord with somebody, Or if you want to mute yourself, you can do a hotkey for that. You can do push to mute, push to talk. It's really awesome. Alright, so I'm not going to save changes to any of this. If you guys want to show your recordings, you can look at that. If you guys want to remix, like say, maybe you had like a MKV file and then you want to convert to like MP4, you can just choose one of these recordings, open it up, and then you can convert it. So you can, I don't know, we're going to click this. It's being a little slow today. And then see, it's MKV, and then it's going to convert to an MP4. So we can say remux, but I don't need to remux it right now. Also, when it comes to sources, we have our display capture. That's what we're looking at right now. But if you guys start with OBS, you will not have display capture, and how to get display capture is you click the plus to go ahead and add a new source, and it'll give you a list. So to get display capture, you can click that, and you always want to make sure that make source visible is checked. So you'd say okay, but I'm going to say cancel because I've already got it. Also, you want to go ahead and have game capture if you want to record the game that you're playing. So you'll go ahead and then click on game capture, make sure you can make source visible, and then like you typically want to say capture any full screen application. You can force scaling if you like. I think forcing scaling is probably a good idea, just depends. Also, most of the time when it comes to recording, you'll want to have a webcam. So if you have a webcam, go ahead and plug it in, and then you'll capture, or you'll click on video capture device. It should come up. So click on that, and then let's see, we click OK, and then we choose one of our devices. So if we click on this, it doesn't get anything, but let's see. I think this is my current webcam, so if I activate it, booyah, look at that, I pop up. So you see I'm right in front of my green screen right now. But anyhow, you can also click and drag this if you want to choose where to put it. And I like to put mine, I guess you could say, in the southeast corner. And you want to shrink it. I mean, you can make it whatever size you want, but I like to have mine be relatively small. Oh, and another thing, make sure your video capture device is on top, because what happens is if you put your video capture device below your display capture, it disappears. You can't see me. So make sure that it's on top. Another thing, when it comes to settings, like if you guys are recording a game, that's going to come through on your desktop audio. So I've got my mic up all the way, but if you have your desktop audio at the same decibel rate as your mic, most of the time it's going to largely overpower your voice, and then you're going to hear the game. You won't hear the person talking, and the person talking, like his commentary, is what's most important. So what I typically do is lower the desktop audio by about 10 decibels. Now, where you want to put it might vary depending on how loud you talk, what your voice is like, all that. I know some people that do minus 20. I think that's too low. I think minus 10 is good. Maybe if you're really loud, you could get away with minus 6 or minus 7. But I'm going to go ahead and say minus 10 is about where you should put the desktop audio. Also, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found this helpful, please give a thumbs up and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video. Stay awesome.